What I thought I'd do today is basically talk you through the major project and try and do it in manageable chunks, manageable sections, so that you can follow along with me within the different parts. So this PowerPoint you can find on the GCSE graphics website. You should be able to find it there. It's the middle page, the middle section. All of these videos I will try and upload to the Google Classroom, so you've got them to access as well there, and I'll try and put them in an order so that you can go through it one bit at a time and see the guidance for each of the different parts. If you've got any questions or you've got any elements you want me to talk through in a bit more detail, I'm more than happy to do that. But I thought it'd be better doing it this way rather than trying to write out reams and reams of writing for you to go through. So this is the GCSE graphics major project. You've done the skills-based project. The next part really is the major project, and as I've talked to you through this before, all of the work, including your skills-based work, counts towards your GCSE, and it's 60% of your major project, of your actual GCSE course. So 60% of your marks come from this sketchbook. Okay, so it's important to make sure we get it right. So the first part of your project really is setting out a title page. So you're going to leave a blank page after your skills-based project, and you're going to start off with a title page which sets the tone of your project. So a good title page sets the tone of the project and gives the viewer an idea about what your project will be about. It's a chance to show off your typographic abilities and could be either drawn or typed. You may want to include a background. This could be paint splatters, a printout or a picture or a texture. It could be coloured paper or it could be plain. Remember, this is the first thing that people are going to see, and first impressions count. Okay, so this really sets the tone for the rest of the project. You know what your project is about. You need to think of a heading, a title for your major project. Okay, so if it's about repeat patterns or it's a poster project, you just want to write graphic design poster project or just poster project, or whatever your theme is going to be, character design, logo design, that could be a major project title. Okay, so this could be done landscape or it could be done portrait, whatever is best for you. And as you can see here, this student's project is about film posters, so he's made it to look like it was on a film poster strip or a film strip. Okay, this student has also included their brief. You don't really want to do that, but you just want to have some bit of a heading. Okay, here are some other examples of good title pages. You can see here that these students have really thought about how they want to present their title pages well. So this one's a bit more of a collage. You can see that it's got some silhouettes, and the most important thing there is the word identity. That's the major project theme that they've got, and this has been collaged. This one here then is a one that's been done using coloured pen, using an idea of pop art, and then this one along the end here, buildings. The bit of type is quite small, but the rest of the picture more than makes up for that. Okay, so those are three good examples of title pages. That's what you really want to do first. What I thought I'd also do with this PowerPoint is just talk you through the next couple of pages as well, because that one really doesn't take that much to explain, the title page, but the next bit really does. Okay, so after you've done the title page, you then want to have a double page in your sketchbook, so the next double page, and I've given you a suggested arrangement of how I want you to spread this out. So this is your project brief and the spider diagram. Okay, so this is how you want to set out the next couple of pages, ideally a double page in your sketchbook. The project brief will be the one we agreed on together and the one I helped you write. So if you go back to that, the sheets document which we put together, you gave me an idea about what you wanted to do, and then I helped you write the brief so it made a bit more sense. So that's what we want to have there on that left hand side, the project brief. So go back to that, and that could either be written or it could be typed, the arrangement of that. So the suggested arrangement there kind of gives us a bit of an idea about how we want that to look. Okay. You will then need to write out a couple of sentences telling us why you are doing this project. So what drew you to the idea? What are you looking forward to doing? Why did you choose this project? Why is it going to be good? Okay, you've made a choice as this project is personal to you. Why do you think it's going to be good? All right. So your project brief and why have you chosen this brief needs to be on that left-hand side. On the right-hand side is your spider diagram. So the spider diagram really kind of gives us a bit of an idea about your thought processes. Okay, the spider diagram is a breakdown of your first thoughts. Try and make it look interesting and visually exciting. Suggested headings could be materials, artists, colours, audience, size, sub-themes and purpose. I'll come back to that in a second. But here we go. Here's an example here from a student in the past. So his project was about horror book cover design ideas. So he started off with the heading in the middle. He's then broken it down into purpose. Why is he doing it? Target audience. Who's going to be looking at this book cover? Who are you specifically aiming your project at? Which artists are you going to be looking at? Most of you have made a list now of the artists you want to do. Okay, write them down there. Materials and media. What materials could you use to produce this project? So maybe Photoshop, sketching, drawing, paint, etc. Themes. What other themes or sub-themes can you be looking into? So horror, dark, scary. Colours. What colours do you think you might use which are going to work best for this horror book cover? So that's a good example there. It could be a lot more complex depending on how much you want to go into it. So this example is much more complex. It's got a lot more ideas in it. Not necessarily better, but it's visually exciting. There's loads of things going on here. Okay, so it's about the history of America. It's got loads of kind of stuff going on here. Loads of words, loads of small pictures, loads of bits and pieces going on there. So that's a very interesting spider diagram. This one here is more visual. It's loads of words, so a good dictionary might be a good place to go, or a thesaurus, which might be kind of a good place to start with. Ordinary and extraordinary is the project theme. Okay, so have a look at those as kind of good examples, and then just kind of go back to this and look at the headings there in that space. Materials, artists, colours, audience, size, sub-themes and purpose. You might have more of those, that's perfectly fine, but that's where I want you to be looking at in terms of your spider diagram and that double page. That's a double page after your title page. Okay, so that's the first bit, right? Any questions you've got about this particular part of the project, please let me know. If you want to do them on separate bits of paper and stick them in later, if you want to type it, if you want to hand draw it, it's totally up to you. Really spend some time though on making it look good, and don't rush through it. Really make sure that you're taking some time to make it look good and have a really good clear understanding about what it is that you are doing. Okay, right, any other questions, please let me know. Other than that, enjoy and let me know if you have got any questions. Thank you.